لسوف أعود يا أمي أقبل رأسك الزاكي أبثك كل أشواقي وأرشف عطر يمناك أمرغ في ثرى قدميك خدي حين ألقاك أروي الترب من دمعي سرورا في محياك
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أجمعين. أما بعد, as you guys know, this is a continuation of our youth halaqa, our bi-weekly youth halaqas, and tonight we will start off with Muhammad Kari opening with Quran, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. كافها يا عين صاد ذكر رحمة ربك عبده زكريا إذ نادى ربه نداء خفيا قال ربي إني وهن العظم مني واشتعل الرأس شيبا ولم أكن بدعاء ربي شقيا وإني خفت الموالي من ورائي وكانت امرأتي عاقرا فهب لي من لدنك وليا يرثني ويرث من آل يعقوب واجعله ربي رضيا يا زكريا إنا نبشرك بغلام اسمه يحيى لم نجعل له من قبل سميا صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah khair. Inshallah, before we begin our program, I want to give everyone. Inshallah, today we are going to talk about parents and their values. And it is something that we all have. We all have parents. Sometimes we don't know how to respect them, sometimes we do. But it is how the person deals with them. So inshallah, we will start off. Today, as you guys know, we are gathered for one and only reason, and that reason is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and follow the sunnah of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and to be obedient to the ones who gave birth to us and raised us. As everyone knows, our parents are the ones who have guided us to become better Muslims and better people. They are the ones who have helped shape our characters, which in return reflects on them, and it shows to the community and to everyone else what kind of parents they are and how well they raise their children. Our parents, they are our mentors, our teachers, and our friends growing up. And we sometimes take them for granted. We don't listen to them, we're disobedient to them, and whenever they tell us don't do this and don't do that, we're like, I don't care what they say. I can do everything on myself, on my own. But in honest truth, that is a simple lie. It is something we have. It's a lie, and we've lied to ourselves about that. So inshallah, I don't want to go further into details. We have other brothers who will do that. So inshallah, I want to welcome Anas, and he will be talking about mothers and their values, inshallah.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهديه الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, today we are here to talk about a topic that is very important. This topic is about parents, mothers to be specific. Our mothers are people who are very important and who work 24 hours a day and don't get paid a dime. Why do they do that? Why do they bring us to classes? Why do they clean our clothes? Why do they do all this stuff? Why do they raise us, nurture us? Our parents want the best for us, and that's all they ever wanted. If we as children memorize Al-Quran Al-Kareem, our parents will have clothes on the Day of Judgment and will be amongst the best of the people. After all your parents have done for you today, I dare one of you sitting here today in front of me to say that they didn't never want that for their parents. Especially the mother. She carries you in her womb for 9 months. That's 9 months of straight pain. She spends her life taking care of you, and by the age of 15 or older, you cuss her out. Now I want to know, what do you think that person deserves? Nothing less than what Allah has promised for that kind of person. I will tell you a little story I heard from an old man, a wise guy. He told me when he was little, he would go to classes every day. And when he went to classes, his mom would make him one little bread. And she would cut it in half. She would give him one in the morning when he left, and she would give him one in the night when he came back. That shows that the mother cares for the child, and that's all she will ever do for his child. Look at the beauty of that story. She cares for him a lot more than other parents do. 9 months of pain the mother goes through, and some mothers even get diabetes during their pregnancy. All that they do is, after all that, they end up with a disrespectful child who dares to cuss. Even when it's mentioned in the Quran, you still do it. وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا إِمَّا يَبْلُغَنَّ عِندَكَ الْكِبَرَ أَحَدُهُمَا أَوْ كِلَاهُمَا فَلَا تَقُل لَهُمَا أُفٍّ وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا وَقُل لَهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا. Your Lord commands you to worship none other than Him and to be sincere to your parents. If one of them or both reach an old age, do not say oof and don't nag at them, and speak to them with the righteous words. The position of the mother is big and can only be explained in this story. There was a man who came to a tabi'i and asked the mother, if he goes to Hajj and he carries his mother on his back during the whole Hajj, is it enough to repay her for what she did for him as a child? The tabi'i said that no, you did not reach one kick while you were in her womb. That shows you that the mother's position is big, and it shows you that it cannot be replaced. If all that you do and it still reaches a little bit, then what do you think if you do more? Does not listen. The three biggest dhambi you could go in today that you can have is ashirku billah, to worship, to associate anyone with Allah, to be disobedient to your parents, and to be a false witness. I have another story that will send a heartthrob through you. There was a mother that lived in Africa and her son lived in America. He sent money to his parents every month. The mother asked the son that the other parts of the family were coming, and could he send a little more money. The son said, "Mother, I sent some money. I'm not a bank, I can't keep pouring money out." The mom said, "Why do you count the money you sent to me? For I do not count the dua I do for you." That shows you that the mother always making dua for her children and always wishing the best for them. And if you got into an argument with your parents, or you got in an argument with your mother, and you try to block her out, I have a little hadith for you. وعن أبي محمد جبريل بن مطع رضي الله عنه قال أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا يدخل الجنة قط one will not go in Jannah, the one who blocks out his family. I have reached one of my last topics right now. If your parents are dead, and if your mother or father are dead, that means that you should make dua for your parents. And the main reason of having a child was for you to make dua for them when they die. And when you are a child and who did not hit puberty, every ajal you did for yourself will go straight to your parents. And then the importance of a mother is shown in this hadith that the Sahaba asked the Prophet ﷺ, who should we love after you? The Prophet said, your mother. And then he said, who else? Then he said, your mother. And then he said, who else? And then he said, your mother. Then he said, who after that? And then he said, your father. Because your mother nurtures you as a child. She raises you. She gives you advice. You aren't familiar with your father until you're at least 2 years old. Your father goes to work, your brothers, and if you have older brothers and sisters, they go to school, and you sit home all day with your mom. The first word a child usually speaks is mom, or the word mama. I will also like to say that a mother, the position of the mother can only be taken by a mother. And then when you say that men are stronger than women, you are not. Women are way stronger than men, and they could do a lot more than men could do any day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Jazakumullah khairan. We want to thank our brother Anas for giving us such a beautiful topic on the mothers. And inshallah, the topic was divided into 2 segments. So Anas was giving us the value of the mother, and then we have Ahmed Usman, which will be talking about the value of the father, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. As discussed by Anas, usually this topic is very big in Islam. But one that often isn't discussed is the role of and the importance of the father. The role of the father is also important. Even though Anas read the hadith about, or did you read the hadith about mothers? Yeah, fathers also have an important role. Ali ibn al-Husayn reported that the right of your father on you is that you should know that it is he who brought you into this world, and you are a branch of his life. Abu Hurairah also encouraged respect towards the father. There's a story. One day he saw 2 men walking together. He asked the younger one, "Who is the other man?" The younger man replied, "He is my father." Abu Hurairah was shocked, and he advised the young kid immediately. He said, "Young man, do not call your father by his name, do not walk in front of him, and do not seat yourself before he does." The father works to keep a roof over your head, and it is his job to put food on the table every night. The father also takes care of the family when the mother is absent. But beyond all that, the father has a much more important role in the family. The father has a very powerful influence on the healthy development of the children. The father is supposed to raise the child physically, mentally, and spiritually. He must teach his children through his example how to be a good, successful Muslim and instill in them the morals and manners. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Kullukum ra'in wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyatihi." And then he continues in hadith a little bit farther. He says, "وَالرَّجُلُ رَاعٍ وَمَسْئُولٌ عَنْ رَعِيَّتِهِ." And this means every one of you is a shepherd, and every one of you is responsible for those under his care. The man is responsible for the welfare and the protection of his family. And the father is responsible for teaching the child how to love Allah and His Messenger, and more importantly, how to worship Allah. How to worship Allah in terms of praying 5 times every day and the memorization of the Quran and other forms of Islamic knowledge. On the day of judgment, the father will be questioned about how he has raised his children. I would like to conclude with the story. In the time of the great Caliph Umar ibn Khattab, I'm sure most of you know, a man came to complain to Umar that his son was misbehaving. Umar asked the man how he had raised his son. his son, the man has said, he told Umar that he had not instilled any religious or moral values in his son. Umar got very angry and he told the man, go, you have no right to complain about your son's misbehavior. And by this he meant that since the man had failed in his duties towards his son, he cannot expect anything better from him. So may Allah make us more conscious Muslims who love and care for our parents. Ameen.
Jazakallah khair. We would like to thank Ahmed Osman for that beautiful segment on the fathers and the important role they have within the family. And they play as the role they play is as the teachers. So inshallah, I know this was a very short segment. I was expecting it to be a little bit longer, but inshallah next time it's going to be a lot longer. So I want to ask everyone, what did you guys learn from tonight? Any questions? Any input? Excuse me?
We owe our parents a great deal.
MashaAllah. And as the brother said, he said we owe our parents a great deal. Is it a great deal of respect? MashaAllah. We can never repay them, but we can do our best to be obedient to them. And I want to talk about something real quick, and it concerns our generation, our youth, especially people within my age group. And we go to school and we forget about our families, and we forget that we still have responsibilities, that we need to be a part of that life. And some of us, like we're saying, I'm in school, I can't do anything for you. That is a lie. You can do everything. You can balance your life out. Everything has balance. So inshallah, make your parents proud. Whatever you guys do in life, be the best you can.
شباب الحق فانطلقوا من المحراب فرسانا وبالإسلام فامتثلوا هدى المختار عنوانا وسيروا بشروا الدنيا بأن الفجر قد بانا وسيروا بشروا